Imagine waking up rested, slipping into clothes that finally fit again. They might even be a little bit loose on you. And having steady energy all day without relying on caffeine or an afternoon sugar jump. Trauma healing example. Imagine walking into a room without anxiety, saying what you mean without freezing, and actually feeling safe in your own body. Oh, that feels so good. Here's a stat that might shock you. The average engagement rate on Instagram is less than 1%. And even then, most of those likes and views never translate into sales for most business owners. That's why people with 100,000, a million followers can still struggle to pay the bills. And I have many people who come to me with those sizes of audiences, and they're not making what you think they're making. And then there are people who have 1,000 followers that with the right content strategy are quietly making six figures. This is the follower myth that I'm talking about. More followers does not equal more clients or more dollars. More likes don't equal more profit. What actually makes your content profitable is completely different than what most people think. And that's what I'm breaking down for you inside this episode. Also, you have the absolute last chance to get into my free 2-day live mastermind, my Cash Flow Content Accelerator. It starts October 1st. We have 2 days together where we are doing a deep dive in this. And just for showing up live, you're getting my new 30-day profitable content map that is fully customizable for any industry. It is done for you. You will be shooketh over this. Go to projectmewithtiffany.com/free mastermind. You can swipe up. The registration link is in the show notes here, and it's also in the description on YouTube at ProjectME TV. This is a one-time only thing. If you absolutely can't make it, I am offering 48-hour replay access for free, but I'm telling you, live is where it's at, especially if you want to get the real goods and make the real cash and get that 30-day profitable content calendar. Like, I'm just saying, you will be pissed if you miss this. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your abundance, your relationships, and everything in between. I have been creating so much content in preparation for this big 2-day live event that you better be coming to, and for my launch of my new program, that I just have to apologize in advance if I start speaking in tongues. Like if my words don't come out right, I am only going to be able to do the best that I'm going to do, but I'm trying to rapid fire this episode so that you really get the quick hit and some things that you can take away from this and go, okay, I can implement this. I can go edit my content right away. I get it, Tiff. Like this makes so much sense. And so hopefully I cut through all the clutter, all the overwhelm, the information overload from you watching countless reels and videos of people saying, do this to make money in your content. Don't do this to make money in your content. Do these 3 things to do this. And then it's like, oh my God, which thing am I supposed to do? And it's like a manic ping pong match in your brain. And then you end up in a freeze, and then you end up really not posting anything, or you just slap something together to get it up there because then someone else told you it's all about just being consistent. And first, let me say this about consistency. Yes, consistency is important. The algorithm wants to see that you are a consistent content creator, and consistency, even on a deeper level, whether it's with my podcast doing 2 episodes a week, or maybe you have a Substack or you're on YouTube, people want to see regular rhythm with your stuff, with your emails, because consistency for people equals familiarity, which equals trust, and trust equals sales. So that's what it's really all about. But you just slapping something together just to maintain consistency is actually going to hurt you, because then people aren't going to like that piece of content. They're going to lean away from that content. Then the algorithm is not going to show the people more of your content because that you've put some crap out there for a couple times, and now you've got to resurrect the algorithm, and now you're playing the cha-cha with them. And it's not cute, and we don't want to be doing this. First thing, being informative versus being compelling. I know that being informative feels like you're doing a good service, right? Like I'm helping the people. I mean, I'm giving you information here on this episode, but I am teaching you how to apply the information and put it into action. That is when someone goes, wow, this shit is valuable. This shit is helpful. Straight up information, honey, we can go to AI for that shit. We can go to Google for that. There's a lot of resources to get information. And more now than ever, people are on information overload. They don't want any more information. They want you to cut through the noise. They want to be told, what the fuck do I need to do in this particular area of my life that you're saying that you can help me in? Just tell me, bottom line it for me. I don't have time. I can't take in and process one more piece of information. Am I right or am I right? Like, someone does not just tell me what it is I need to do. And I do need some context in that for me to buy into it, that it's worth it and to have a comprehension and understanding. But just telling people, like, these are, let me give you an example. Okay. And I planned this part out because I'm unwell in the mind right now. So, hormone health example. Don't do this. This is informative, okay? Here are 5 foods that can help balance your hormones naturally. Okay, that's interesting, right? Like I might read a infographic or scan that. I could also have ChatGPT create a entire menu and a list for me, and I don't need to watch your content to do that. So, while I'm like, "Oh, that's nice," but it doesn't compel me to want to work with you. It doesn't make me go, wow, you really have set yourself apart from all these other people talking about hormones. Now I want you to look at what you need to do instead, which is compel people. We don't try to convince people to buy from us or convince people that we know what the hell we're talking about. We compel them. It's a very different energy. You're not crazy for feeling exhausted, irritable, and bloated all the time. Your hormones are running the show, and the right foods aren't just about nutrition. They're about finally getting your energy and sanity back. What I've noticed is there are 5 foods among my clients that seem to really help balance their hormones the most. Granted, everyone is different, but these 5 I've noticed the most results with myself and with the people that I help, and then you list them. Do you see the difference? The first just educates, the second makes you feel seen and leans into the emotional desire, the relief, the energy, the sanity. Another example of this, okay? Trauma healing. I try to pick niches that aren't obvious, i.e., money, i.e., the shit I teach, i.e., weight loss, i.e., relationships that a lot of you go, oh, well, you have to only be in certain things and be able to sell certain things in order to make money. Like you have to teach people how to make money and that's how you make money. That is not fucking true. Okay? It's not. I happen to be great at it and that's why I do it, but like you can anything can make money, but if your belief is that it can't, then it won't. Okay, let's not get on a side quest, Tiff. Concentrate, focus, dial in, we're okay, let's go. Trauma healing example. Don't do this informative. Trauma can cause your nervous system to stay in fight or flight mode. Well, no shit, Susan. Thank you for sharing that with me. Listen, even if it was something that was more interesting, even if it was jaw dropping, I mean, I have to be really jaw dropping for an informative thing to really hit, like the stat that I gave at the beginning of this episode. I know that was shocking to a lot of you. You know, that's a special level of informative. We like that. But telling someone that they need to drink more water and that will help them have more energy, we know this, okay? Like most of your ideal clients know this stuff. Instead, to compel people, I would want you to say, if you've ever wondered why you freeze up in moments where you want to speak or why you can't relax when life is actually calm, it's not your fault. It's your nervous system remembering the trauma. And you know what the good news is that it can actually be retrained. So the first one just states this fact. The second one validates a lived experience of your ideal client. It adds hope and it makes the reader feel possibility, but it also makes them lean in because it's like, oh, so it can be retrained. Well, how do you do that? And when you have someone leaning in, now you have curiosity. Now they crave more from you. And now you have someone who is actually like interested in your stuff and you're setting yourself apart. Like, do you want to be a walking encyclopedia? And does anyone even know what an encyclopedia is anymore? I remember when I was a kid, we had this like giant, like fancy built-in bookshelf. And I was so mesmerized. There was encyclopedia, I think they're called Britannicas. You guys can DM me on Instagram at Project Me with Tiffany and let me know if like your parents, your grandparents, maybe a listener even like inherited them and had them. These were like elite to have the Encyclopedia Britannica. Like if you go into like an old school law office now, you might even see these. Like I bet you they have a value right now because they're nostalgic. And they were like leather bound, like brown leather with gold leaf on them. And it was a whole vibe. And like then there were people who had like the world, I think they're called like the world encyclopedias. And like that was like middle class. But you had the Britannicas, you're like rich. And there were people that sold this shit door to door. And now we have AI, and you guys are about to find out what we've created for my launch. Truly, like it could put me out of business. I keep thinking every hour of the day that is this a bad idea? That we've created this, and it's truly almost 2 years in the making. I cannot wait to debut it to you, and you will find out during the 2-day free live event that I'm doing, Cash Flow Content Accelerator. Make sure you're registered. Listen, Zoom Live has a limit and you have to pay for these different limits. And in order for me to have kept this at free, the limit in the live Zoom room is 3,000 people. And we have thousands and thousands of people who have signed up. So don't wait on signing up and don't be late to coming to the party. Like it will literally say to you, I say literally a lot when I'm tired. It will say to you, like, you can't get in. It'll say the room is full. And don't be mad at me because I warned you. Okay. So now let's move on to why is it emotion over information when it comes to conversion? Okay. So emotion trumps information. These are my emotional based sales techniques that I'm so famous for. This is when you sell with being genuine. This is when you can sell at volume to people. This is when you can convert a stranger into a paying client from them watching one video of yours, reading one carousel, one blog article, one email, and it happens regularly over here because you are establishing an emotional connection that builds a level of intimacy and trust so quickly that you don't have to have them in your universe for years and years and years. And then there's other people that are slower to the uptake, right? And I have people who will apply for my exclusive 2-month private business coaching program who've said they've done other programs of mine, they've listened to my podcast for 2 years, and that's okay. It's called a pipeline. You have so many people at all different levels and you have different offers at different stages. And all that matters is you've got people you're helping coming in at all times, and that comes with a lot of money. This is the absolute last call for my private coaching. It is going to be closed for a long time. So this is the last time to apply. This is the highest level way to work with me. So do not apply unless you're dead serious. I work with new entrepreneurs and highly established entrepreneurs. My new entrepreneur version of this program is designed to get you to $25,000 to $27,000 a month without any ads, without any big team, without any complex funnel. You want to go to the high six figures and the millions and then go to the eight figures. Now we have to refine it. Now there's nuances, but then you'll have the money coming in to be able to pay the people to help you with all that stuff that might not be fun for you or that you don't know how to do. But to keep it simple, we use the same application regardless of your level. You can swipe up. It's in the show notes. It's in the description here on YouTube at ProjectME TV. And this is the absolute last call. I only take 4 private clients at a time. I do not always offer private coaching. So I want to really emphasize that so you're not upset. You're not like, what happened when I tell you that's not available? Okay. Okay. So let me give you examples of emotion over information when it comes to conversion. I feel you learn really well by examples because I do, and that's why I created these. Hormone health example. Don't do this. All right. Balancing your blood sugar helps regulate cortisol, which lowers inflammation and improves sleep. Okay. Thank you. That was helpful. Compelling. Imagine actually waking up rested instead of dragging yourself out of bed. Balancing your blood sugar isn't just about science, it's about having the energy to show up for your life again. Ooh. Emotions turn the data point into a vision your ideal client can feel. Feelings, 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 feelings. The deeper you go, what do I say? The dollars will flow. Okay. All right. Trauma healing example. Don't do this. Unprocessed trauma can affect your relationships and self worth. Thank you, Susan. Instead, that voice in your head telling you you're too much or not enough, that isn't the truth of who you are. It's trauma talking. And once you learn how to heal it, you finally get to see yourself clearly. So the emotional version names their pain and gives them hope, which creates the pull to invest in support, time, energy, and money into that. So information educates, emotion activates. So if your content only informs, you will grow followers and you will get likes and your dopamine will go off and your ego will like it. If your content compels, you'll grow in clients, you'll grow in cash. And inside the Cash Flow Content Accelerator, I'm going to show you exactly how to make the key shifts you need to make. We're going to go much deeper into it, and you know where to go to sign up. Okay. So let's get into some framework here that you can follow that I feel will really help you either put existing pieces of content or old pieces of content that now you can update and reuse by using my framework. Okay. So this is the 4I framework. And I like to create things like this to make it easy for you. Step one is to inform. You want to share a fact, a stat, or a tip that positions you as knowledgeable, right? So it's okay to say high cortisol levels make it nearly impossible for your body to let go of extra weight. Unprocessed trauma keeps your nervous system stuck in fight or flight. That's okay for you to be able to have something like that. I did it at the top of this episode. The average engagement rate on Instagram is less than 1%. But make sure it's not something that's like going to be obvious to your level of your ideal client because that's going to turn people off. Okay. Step two is identify. This is where the heart comes in. Call out their lived experience or pain points so that they feel seen. So, hormone health example. That's why you feel like you're eating clean and exercising, but nothing changes, and you're left feeling exhausted and defeated. The trauma healing. That's why you shut down when you want to speak up or why you feel on edge, even when your life is actually going smoothly. You see how that works there? Step three is imagine. This is the gut, okay? Point a vivid picture of what is possible on the other side, the outcome. We relate to people based on their current lived experience, which is typically a struggle, a frustration, a pain, an inconvenience, right? Like a hardship. But then we want to take people into the possibility, into the imagine. Hormone health example. Imagine waking up rested, slipping into clothes that finally fit again. They might even be a little bit loose on you. And having steady energy all day without relying on caffeine or an afternoon sugar jump. Trauma healing example. Imagine walking into a room without anxiety, saying what you mean without freezing, and actually feeling safe in your own body. Oh, that feels so good. So you want to really paint a descriptive picture and be specific. Don't use generic surface stuff like you walk in a room and you feel happy and calm and anxiety free. It's like, no, we got to go deeper. I want you to include specifics to paint an actual picture, like a really good descriptive sentence or paragraph that you've read in a book. Okay. Step four is invite. This is the decision. Do not end with if you're ready. I'm going and I'm sure it's slipped in to some of my stuff, okay? but it really gives me a rash. You want to hear me say something to anyone on my team that I've had to say on repeat? It's get rid of if you're ready. Get rid of if you're ready. I hate it. I hate it because it's overused. I also hate it because I wasn't always ready. And on top of it, it's lazy writing. Okay. So it's weak. Instead, position your offer as the obvious next step. That's key. It's obvious. Like your ideal client, who's specifically your ideal client in this set of circumstances that wants this core desire and this outcome in their life, they'd be kind of fucking crazy to not sign up for this, buy for this, show up for this. I feel this way about my 2-day free live mastermind. You want to make money and turn your content into cash machine, like a daily cash machine for you. And you want to do that and you want to learn that skill. And you, on top of it, want to get a 30-day profitable content map that is completely done for you by me using my emotional based sales techniques that are proven, that I've made well over $265 million in sales transactions with these. And it's probably even more. I'm not even counting all of the companies and other people that I've worked with. And you don't show up for that, and you can't make a point of showing up live and at least carving out 90 minutes for 2 days for something like this, when you're saying that you want to have this and you want to be waking up to payment notifications and people inquiring about working with you and signing up for your things and being able to attract clients from all over the world, and they're coming to you and you don't feel like you have to chase them. You want that? Why? That'd be nuts not to come. Even if I charged 5 grand for it, you would be nuts not to come. I'm paid $25,000 by corporations at a minimum to teach this, and I'm doing it for free. Okay, and you know where to go. You swipe up, go in the show notes, go to projectmewithtiffany.com/free mastermind, or the description here on YouTube at Project Me TV. I just did it there. I just gave you an example with my own stuff, but I'm going to give you an example with go along with the niches I've been doing in here. Okay. So, hormone health example. This is exactly what we'll tackle together inside my 12-week program, where I'll guide you step by step to releasing your energy and balance. Excuse me, restoring your energy and balance. So, I'll guide you step by step to restoring your energy and balance. So you are taking them through all the other I's, and then we go to, and this is exactly what we're going to tackle together inside my blank, where I will guide you step by step through blank. It's a natural next step. The trauma healing example. This is the work I do with clients inside my group program, where you'll learn how to retrain your nervous system and finally feel safe in your own body again. Now, if I really wanted to pick this apart and spend more time, I would even be more nuanced with this. But I'm giving you, one layer. You'll have to come to the live training to get the other. The invite isn't about asking permission. Like, and it's not about like, oh, I kind of feel bad. I'm giving them an offer now. It's about showing them the door to the transformation they've been searching for is here. It's time. Open the fucking door with love. Here's what not to do in step 4. And I do need to add this. Most entrepreneurs end their content with the tired line, right? Like, if you're ready to change your life, if you're ready to sign up, if you're ready to work with me. So here's some examples to help you. This is the exact work I guide you through inside blank. Here's where we take this deeper inside blank. Inside blank, insert program name. I'll walk you through every step of this process. This is what we're doing together inside blank. The next step in joining me inside blank is where you will put blank into practice. You don't have to figure it out alone. This is exactly what we focus on inside blank. Your next level isn't in theory, it's action. And that's what I'm going to guide you through in my 2-day free live mastermind. That is one time only. That is going to set you up to skyrocket your sales online, period, end of story. You see how I did that? It is also important to note. So I just want to put an asterisk on the 4I framework that I shared with you. You have to combine that with the energy and your own conviction and buy-in of your offer and deep, deep knowledge and heart and compassion and empathy for your ideal client. You don't have that. You're just putting words on a page. You just have words coming out of your mouth. I don't care how pretty your program is. I don't care if you have 500 modules. I don't care if you have celebrities speaking at your event. It's not going to cut it because people can feel the difference. So the first person that has to be sold on working with you and buying from you or coming to your free thing or reading your book, whatever it is you. So I want you to be reading your content out loud. Obviously, if you have a face to camera video, you're talking out loud, but you need to watch your stuff back and be discerning. Am I coming across that I have true conviction in this offer and in this transformation for the exact right person for this? Or am I kind of being wishy washy about it? Really take a look at it, not to judge yourself, but you need to be discerning about this stuff because that energy is what people are really, it's like the unwritten thing that they're feeling, right? Remember, most communication is non-verbal as well, and in the tonality of our voice. Imagine if I just said for you, yeah, so I'm doing a free live event and I'd like for you to come. I'm going to teach you like the real deal, straight up, no fluff, how to make money from your content. Okay. Well, I'm going to be thrilled to see you there. Okay, that's nice. Versus me saying, you're coming if this is you and you're tired of posting and hoping and spending hours and hours on content. And then, yeah, you're getting some likes and some views, but you ain't making any volume of cash on it. Maybe some sales here and there. And you want to know how these mofos that you see who are cashing in, who you believe are telling the truth, how are they doing it? What do I need to be doing? What types of shifts can I make in order to get people to buy, but without being salesy, without being manipulative, without being someone that I'm not? You best be showing up. Okay. Okay. But that's my personality. You don't have to say it like me, but do you see the difference in how my conviction and my energy? And if you're watching on YouTube, you probably saw my posture change. I sat up, I got really excitable, and it's genuine. I am excited. I'm not going to create something that I'm not excited about. Listen, people, listen, people of the world. I mean, all y'all who listen to me, which I still think is wild that this show is even more popular outside of North America than in North America. I'm so flattered by that. But those of you where English is not your first language, you must think that number one, I'm insane, I imagine. And number two, like this is the time for you. This is a level playing field. Content has leveled the playing field of who you can attract all over the world. I can't tell you how many people I have from Argentina. I have people in Dubai, France, my Aussies. I mean Zimbabwe, which is so funny because I used to joke about Zimbabwe. Now I have like Zimbabwe, South Africa. A lot of you go, well, no one's going to buy in my area. Like these people don't buy that kind of stuff. And sometimes that is true, right? Sometimes that is. And guess what? You get to sell all over the damn world. And that's in all time zones. So when I say your content should be little salespeople being representatives of you all throughout the night while you're sleeping, while you're at the gym, while you're taking your kids to school, while you're pooping, whatever it is you're doing. That's why I'm saying that, because you have all different ideal clients of yours in all different time zones, online at all different times, and you want to be positioned and you want your content positioned for them to purchase, not positioned for them to just tap like, and you get to have both. It's not either or. And I think a lot of you think that. It's either I'm being helpful or I'm being salesy. And that is fear talking. Whenever you get in that black and white thinking, that's not true. You actually help more people by leading them to take further action for themselves, because that further action is going to get them the outcome. Just learning shit, liking shit, saving shit, talking about shit, that doesn't get us anywhere. Doesn't get me anywhere. That didn't get my glow up, honey. I had to work for this. All right, I have to go. I'm starting to lose my mind. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. All the links are in the show notes. Swipe up. Let me know if you love this episode. Take a screenshot, share it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, any of the things. Tag me at Project Me with Tiffany. Again, last call to apply to work with me privately, my exclusive 2-month private business coaching program. It's the highest level way to work with me. Please do not apply unless you are dead serious about working with me at that level. And what I say to people is this is the fast track to getting to where you want to go, because everything is 100% customizable. It's not to say that my Project Me Posse business coaching program or any of my other offers don't get you there. But yes, there's certain things that are going to get you there faster because it is custom tailored to you. You have more guardrails, accountability, and you have the eyes and energy all on your stuff. And so if you're someone who's in that spot and you're like, I don't want to waste any more time, I want to go, let's do this, then that is for you. And I want to make sure you know of that option because it will not be available for a long time. Okay. Go leave me a written podcast review on Apple Podcasts, please. I have a goal to reach 2,000 reviews on Apple by the end of the year. And I would really, really appreciate it if you're an Apple listener. It just takes 30 seconds. You can tap the 5 stars on Spotify, go subscribe over on Project Me TV on YouTube, leaving comments, engaging, all of that helps the show as well so that it gets pushed out to more people. And I so appreciate you sharing the show with anyone who has any desire at any level on monetizing online, whether it's through TikTok Shop, it's a product of theirs, a service of theirs, an existing business of theirs. I don't care if they're just starting out. It'd be better to start out with an actual map of where the fuck to go directly than you taking some meandering long route and it can take you years to get there. I'd rather you get that cash sooner than later. Bye.